Everyone, Michelle here, personal trainer and lifestyle coach. Today we are here to talk about back mobility. So what I'm going to do is show you a few of my favorite back stretches. I'm going to go through it at a pace that you can actually follow along. So we're going to do about 5 of each on each side. So feel free to skip ahead if you want to just kind of see what they are and do them on your own. So the first movement that we're going to do is we're going to go on your back and we're going to do a classic spinal twist. You'll be lying on your back. Arms are out into a T position. You're gonna bring one leg up, and each of these movements we're gonna have basically an anchor point, one part of your body that stays on the ground the whole time. In this case, it's gonna be your hands. If you can get your shoulders to stay in place, even better. So we're gonna take that leg across your body as far as we can, and we're gonna relax it down. Then we're gonna make it back into the middle, keeping it pretty dynamic and letting everything flow, switching to the other side, and crossing across your body again. If you want to accentuate the stretch, what you can do is actually look away from the leg that you're taking across your body. Another way to make your stretch even deeper is to use your breathing. So you'll inhale on the transition, exhale while you're stretching across. Inhale back into the middle, exhale while you take it across. And then the last way to really ever emphasize this stretch is as you take this leg across your body, you can extend it up. Try and straighten your leg a little bit more toward the top of your body, but make sure that you're not bringing your leg further down, as that will take away from the stretch. Awesome. Next, we're gonna move into a T-spine twist. Now this one's a little funky to set up at first, but once you get there, you can get used to it. It feels really, really great. So we're gonna be lying on our side, stacking your hands on top of each other and your knees on top of each other. Your head can lie down on the ground for this one. What you're gonna do is take your front leg and place it on the ground. Then you're gonna take your bottom leg and actually cross it over. This is creating, again, that anchor point for us. So your top knee is gonna be the one that stays on the ground the whole time, head on the ground, and then your top arm is gonna open up to that back wall. Now the goal here, T-spine twist, is your thoracic spine is opening up. So you should feel this in the mid-back area. Nice big inhale, exhale as we stretch. Inhale back in, and exhale. We're gonna do one more, again, just making sure that that knee stays planted. Awesome. So for the other side, I'm gonna go ahead and flip over so I'm still facing you. And again, same basic idea. Lying on your side, hands are stacked, knees are stacked. Top knee goes on the ground in front. Bottom leg is gonna stack on top of that bottom foot. Now, some people have a hard time with this position, so keeping that bottom leg straight is actually gonna be super helpful in creating that anchor point. Again, we're opening up, nice big exhale. As you stretch. The closer you can get your arm to the ground, the bigger degree range of motion you're gonna get in that stretch. And you'll notice that I'm taking my head with my arm. That helps to accentuate the stretch as well. We're gonna do 2 more. Inhale in, last one. Awesome. After that T-spine stretch, we're gonna go into what's called a Y stretch. So for the Y stretch, you're actually going to be on your stomach. We're gonna go ahead and put your arms out to about 45 degrees on either side. So both our arms are out to 45 degrees. The knees are the anchor point. So try and keep your knees on the ground. What you're gonna do is take both hands to one side. For this one, I'm gonna go to the right. And then you're gonna take a nice big exhale and reach across your body, again, trying to keep those knees on the ground. A lot of people kind of reach up here or here. We really wanna try and reach toward your head and get a nice big stretch there. Again, looking with that arm. We're gonna come back down. For this one, I'm gonna go ahead and alternate sides, going to the left side, both hands to the left, and then a nice big open, hand up by your ears. Inhale on the transition. Exhale on the stretch. Inhale, transition. Exhale, stretch. And you should feel this up into your lat and scapular region. Last two. And last set to the right. And take your time here, whatever feels good. You can always hold it for a couple seconds as well. Awesome. So the next movement that we're going to go into is called a scorpion. Scorpion twist, scorpion, whatever you want to call it. Basically, it's a spinal twist, but on your stomach instead. So again, we're going to put our arms out to a T position. On this one in particular, your elbows are going to be your anchor point. Goal would be kind of to get your shoulders to stay, but it's a little bit hard to do. So we're here on our stomachs, arms out to a T. You're going to take your leg up and across just like we did for that spinal twist. Again, trying to keep those elbows on the ground. Sometimes it's a little hard to do. Back to center, switching to the other side, and exhale across. For this one, your goal is to get your leg up nice and high and try to almost reach it to your opposite hand. If we're just relaxed down here, you're not going to get a huge stretch, so really try and reach it up as high as you can. And you'll notice I'm turning my head away from that leg again so that we can get a little bit bigger stretch and have it go all the way up through your cervical vertebrae. This is number 4. And last one on each side. So then the next combination of moves that we're going to be doing are probably going to look pretty familiar to a lot of you guys. They are yoga based. So what we're going to do first is an upward dog, downward dog, and child's pose combination. For each of these, there's going to be a little different point where you can accentuate the stretch, and I'll explain that to you. But what we're going to do for the upward dog is typically your knees would be off the ground. We're actually going to put them on the ground and go into more of a seal stretch just so we can really get it into your lower back. So we're starting on your stomach first, in that seal stretch position, chest up nice and high, pushing with those arms, trying to pull your head out. Then we're gonna flip your feet, go into a downward dog, send your hips back, head in between your shoulders, hips up nice and high, and try and reach your heels toward the ground. Then we're just gonna drop those knees to the ground and sit your hips back into a child's pose. Transitioning back through all 3 of those. Seal stretch first. Again, in this position, trying to get as high as you can. You'll feel a little pinch in your lower back. As long as that doesn't create any pain, that's okay. Right here, we can even do a little bit of shoulder to shoulder to try and emphasize that lower back. Pop up into downward facing dog. Here we can either do a foot pump to stretch out your calves, or you can push your shoulders to the ground to help open up those shoulders. Knees on the ground, child's pose. If you want a bigger stretch in your back, you can actually round it out here and get a stretch on those lower lumbar vertebrae. Or if you want to stretch in your upper, you can reach across your body and try to get a stretch through that arm. Couple more times, flowing through all 3. Seal stretch. Downward dog. Child's pose. Exhaling on each of the stretches. Inhale on the transition. Exhale on the stretch. Inhale, transition. Exhale, stretch. One more time. seal, downward dog, child's pose. All right, and then our last movement is just gonna be a simple cat-cow. So we go into quadruped position, stacking our shoulders on top of our wrists and our knees underneath our hips. Hands and hips are both gonna be about shoulder width apart. In this position, what we're gonna do is inhale, arch your back and lift your head as high as you can. And then exhale, round your back and tuck your neck as much as you can. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. 2 more, concentrate on your breath here. And last one, inhale up, exhale down. Awesome job, everyone. So hopefully those are helping make your back feel more mobile. You can definitely fast forward or rewind if you feel like you need a little bit more of one of those stretches. And please let me know if you have any questions or if you need any more stretches for your back. Thank you so much and have a great day.